Up next, Ray Stephenson moved to Nashville to be a songwriter, and he's done that quite successfully. But he's made an equally impressive mark on Music City with his paintbrush. Our Tammi Arender introduces us to this very unique artist.
If you combined that sort of Rembrandt-looking portrait with like Spider-Man comic books, or Gustav Klimt. If Gustav Klimt meets Rembrandt with a little pop culture thrown in, that sort of encapsulates my style, I guess.
Ray Stephenson is a Georgia native who moved to Nashville to pursue music, but his back burner hobby, painting, pursued him.
So when I moved here, I continued to paint, and I taught a painting class actually a couple nights a week for about 10 years, which was really good because it forced me to learn a bunch of things that my students were wanting to learn.
Music has been his bread and butter. He's written songs for Blake Shelton, Kenny Chesney, and Miranda Lambert. He's been part of 4 Grammy-nominated projects. But he sort of hit a writer's block in his songwriting several years ago. So he decided to start strumming with brushstrokes instead of a guitar pick.
I've always put painting sort of on the back burner, and I've never just like gone for it. And it was like, what could I do if I just like didn't hold back and went for it? And so I decided I was going to give myself 2 or 3 months to just like have fun and do that. All those paintings that I did in that 2 or 3 months ended up going into a show that I ended up selling everything, which led to me needing to do more, which led to I got asked to be the official artist of the Monsters of Rock cruise, which I did for several years, which had like 20 different rock bands from the 80s, and so I would do a painting of all the different bands and then sell it to their fans, and so I ended up developing this like series of rock and roll paintings, and then when people would see those, they would say, well, hey, I saw, could you do me a David Bowie, or could you do me a Frank Zappa or something like that? So that my catalog of paintings just grew, which led to me doing a series of country artists.
His artwork has been on display in several notable Nashville landmarks, from 3rd and Lindsley to the Bluebird Cafe to the Country Music Hall of Fame, just to name a few. The paintings are personal and peculiar in a positive way. Most are done from photographs.
Step 1, I think the most important thing in a painting, especially if you're working from a photograph, is to find a photograph that just moves you somehow. If the subject matter moves me, then the percentage of me being able to move other people goes way up. So I always try to find photos that I feel like have some sort of soul, or capture the essence of a Johnny Cash or Jimi Hendrix, when they're like really in the moment of doing what makes them special.
Much of his art now is commission work, like this one for a friend who is a coffee roaster in North Carolina.
Based off my friend Matt's family, and who were bootleggers. And so they commissioned a painting of some bootleggers, which sort of has a dark, not a dark, but a somber vibe to it. But they needed it to be very bright so that it brightened up this dark room. So that is my challenge with the painting out there, is to maintain the sort of tough grandpa's bootlegger vibe, but be very colorful.
His artwork can range from lifelike portraits to 3D and psychedelic. So much of Ray's artwork is very unique. Take this one, for instance. It's actually 3D. Wow! Just jumps off the page.
I use a stencil, and it's just tracing circles, and so it's like relaxing to come over here and work on this for a little bit, and then once I get ready, then I can sit down and I can focus and kind of change modalities or whatever, however I'm feeling. Some days I feel like painting, and some days I feel like playing the guitar or working on music.
So Stephenson gets to step into the creative world of his own choosing any given day, making art for fans of famous singers or creating keepsakes of those famous to only a few.
I do a lot of moms and dads, which turn into family heirlooms and just things that really mean something. You know, a painting of Johnny Cash is Johnny Cash, but a painting of your grandpa, you know, means more to you. So I do a lot of that.
How did you like the story? We'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you enjoyed it, we have a lot more where that came from. Here's one you might like, and please click here to subscribe so you'll know when we premiere new videos. Thanks for watching.